File 23108. Okay, we are on record today for our eighth review and a permanency planning hearing in this matter. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicole Underwood, lawyer guardian ad litem.
Nastasia Thomas, counsel for the department.
Jill Tipton, foster care worker with the department.
Sarah Harvey, foster care worker with the department. All right, so we're looking for Ms. Berger on behalf of Ms. Eberly.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi, and I'm sorry, is it Eberly or I think it might be Everly?
Everly.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I'm an old neighbor. You'll have to forgive me.
Okay. I'm Vanessa Everly, Dylan O'Connor's mom.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Oh, Dylan Michael O'Connor.
And Brooke Forger, I am Dylan's clinical case manager at DART.
Good morning, welcome. All right, well, as usual, let's start with Ms. Underwood for her report and then we'll go from there.
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to meet with Dylan via Zoom yesterday, actually. He is doing well. He's enjoying his summer. He's also really thoroughly enjoying his extended visits home with mom and dad. He'll be going into 7th grade this fall, and I'm happy to say that he is making progress. He'll have some setbacks here and there, but overall, Dylan is doing a good job of working through feelings and using some of the things he's learning in therapy and while he's at DART to manage stress or any issues that may arise. So again, although it might not be as quick of progress as Dylan may like, it is progress. And I think overall over the last 90 days, he has done very well. And he's continuing to understand and agree to remain where he's at while he works through things and continues to progress. And I do believe that him remaining in his current placement is the least restrictive and in Dylan's best interest at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Witness testimony this morning, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you, Honor. I'll ask Ms. Tipton to be sworn in.
Her names, Jill Tipton and by Zoom.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Tipton.
Morning.
You've prepared a court report for today's hearing, and it is the court report, some updated service plan for the youth, and then some incident reports during this review period. Were there any other documents that were circulated since you filed this report?
No.
Okay, and to the best of your knowledge, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to your report?
No.
My line of questioning is going to be a little odd today because we don't often see this where we have full compliance from parents and they've made progress and their case service plan is complete. Is there anything that you want to just highlight for the record as it relates to Ms. Everly's compliance with and benefit from her case service plan during this review period?
I would just like to highlight she's continuing to ask for more time with Dylan, as is Michael O'Connor. They are enjoying having Dylan home on his home passes and are continuing to want to keep that going.
Awesome. And as it relates to any outstanding needs, are there any outstanding needs that this family has that additional services were referred to during this review period or need to be referred to?
No, I don't believe so.
So all the basics are still the same, such as, continued stable housing, employment, making progress in therapy, making progress in parenting time. All of those things are status quo or not status quo, but continuing to be in significant compliance and demonstrating benefit from all of those really basic things.
Yes, I think everyone is continuing to make progress. And we still just keep moving forward. But yes.
Okay. So this case has been open for a significant amount of time. Do you have any opinion as to how the court should progress given the amount of time that the youth has been in care, but then also considering mom's compliance and benefit from her case service plan?
Sure. I feel like I would ask to keep the goal of reunification because parents are continuing to make progress. We've had, I believe all of the home passes have been successful. Dylan continues to make progress. It's been a slow but steady rate of improvement with Dylan and his services at DART and with his parents. So I don't feel at this time that it would be appropriate for Dylan to go home, but I feel that reunification still should be the goal. And we continue to work towards that, and we can do it at a time when not only Dylan, but his parents and the community would all be safe.
Wonderful. And speaking of the youth's progress, is there the report reflects that there's continued steady progress during this review period. Incident reports or incidents have been down. Things at home are going really well during those visits. Is there anything else that you'd like the court to know about how he is doing from your perspective?
I would just like to highlight Dylan's improvements in his behavior this last reporting period. I think he's made a great amount of progress. Incident reports are down. Anything assaultive is just it's not happening, and the home passes have been great for him to be able to see his parents and his dog Harley. He loves to go home and see his dog too. So
how long are those home passes generally for? Is it like one overnight, or is it for a weekend, a long weekend?
They've been Wednesday through Sunday. That's where they're at now, every other Wednesday through Sunday.
And has the team been discussing how that might work during the school year?
No, I know that we know the school year is coming, and we will have to make modifications then. But to my knowledge, we don't have a plan for when that would happen. I know Vanessa just during this reporting period started working full time, and so I think in August she's going to find out her schedule moving forward, what her days off will be, her shift. So at that point, we will be able to get more of a concrete plan for when we could have Dylan home.
Okay, wonderful. Is there? I know that Ms. Harvey is here as well, that she will be taking over case management responsibilities. When can we expect that to happen, or do you have an idea?
Yeah, and in the month of August, that would take place.
Awesome. Okay, and is there anything else that you'd like to report for the court today?
No, thank you.
With that, Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. Tipton and would move to admit the court report with its attachments.
Objection?
No objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. They are admitted. Questions for this witness, Ms. Berger?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Tipton, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible to keep a case open once a parent has completed all of their case plan services?
I do believe it is, just based on Dylan has not yet successfully completed all service programming at DART, where he's working through it. But based on, I think, the extenuating circumstances with this case, and Dylan's still in residential treatment, yes.
Okay. Would there be a risk of harm if he were returned to his mother today?
Today, I believe it would be highly likely, yes.
Okay. And so my client has completed all of her services. Is that correct?
Yes, I do believe she's still ongoing with individual counseling, but everything else, yes, she has.
Okay. And so at this point, we're waiting for the minor child to complete some of his services.
Yes.
And is there anything else that she should be doing at this point?
No, I think she's done great doing everything she needs to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. No further questions.
All right, Ms. Underwood, any questions?
I have no additional questions. Thank you.
Okay, any redirect, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony, Ms. Tipton.
Thank
All
you.
right, any additional witnesses, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Berger?
Vanessa, would you like to testify today?
Sure, I will.
Okay.
Ms. Vanessa Everly. Thank you.
You raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Can you hear me okay, Vanessa?
I can, yes.
Okay. And you heard Ms. Tipton's testimony, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Is there anything that you would like to add to that? Any updates that you would like to give the court?
Like other than what Tipton said, I did recently just start a new job, so I am kind of figuring out my set schedule, days off, stuff like that. But I have been in contact with Jill, letting her know how work is going and the progress of it. And then I told her as soon as I do find out my set schedule and days off that I would let her know and then try to work something out. With Brooke as well from DART to move forward on visiting with Dylan.
Okay. And he's been able to complete some home passes, is that correct?
Yes, yep.
How have those visits gone?
Those have been doing really well. We had a little bit of a setback, but it wasn't too bad. He bounced back and we just kind of explained to him he was getting into the video games and stuff, and we were just explaining, that it can't always be all about video games and watching TV, that we needed to go out and do more, activities instead of just sitting in front of the TV and playing video games, because unfortunately he doesn't get that where he's at.
Right.
And I want him to get into the habit of doing it and then him going back to where, back to DART and not being able to do it. And he kind of got upset and he went to his room and came back out and he's like, I understand. So it was, I mean, he handled it very well. So I'm very, very impressed with how far Dylan has come.
So you think he's making progress in his services?
Yes, he is. Yes.
And are you wanting him to complete his treatment there at DART?
Yes, I would. I'm indefinite with everybody else, and that it is taking a long time, but I am seeing improvement, and I'm very pleased with how far he has become. And so, yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share with the court today?
No.
All right, I don't have any other questions for you, but some of the other attorneys might, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Any questions, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Underwood?
Miss Everly, do you believe it's in Dylan's best interest to remain at DART while he completes his treatment?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you said you'd like some more visitation. What would that visitation look like? I know you have a schedule to work with and things like that, but what would you like to see as far as parenting time goes?
We were just trying to shoot for maybe like an actual like full week with Dylan, but I mean I know that's going to be hard between my schedule and Dad's schedule. So, but we're grateful just to get the 4 days with him. But we were hoping to maybe because we have vacation coming up, and Mike has vacation, and so we were thinking about maybe going on a vacation for like a week up to the UP or somewhere. So, but. Haven't quite figured that out yet, so.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Thank you.
Okay, any redirect?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, any other witnesses?
No one further.
Ms. Underwood?
Dylan, did you want to say anything today, or were you just here to listen to the meeting?
Oh, just here to listen.
Is there anything you want to say?
I'm happy that I'm doing home visits.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell the judge today or your family?
That's it.
All right. Thank you, Judge. That's
I
all.
want to see my dog more often.
I have no further witnesses, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Dylan or for Ms. Forger?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
I guess the only question I have, Ms. Forger, is I'd like to get our reviews consistent with your quarterly reports, which looks like the next one would be coming out in August, maybe late August. So what would be a good time for me to set our next review? Like when does the report actually issue in August? And how much time would you need to circulate that so that we can have it 7 days ahead of time?
Let me pull that up really quick.
Yeah, because I appreciate the updates, but they're for May. So I'm like, okay, what's happening in June, you know? So I'd like to get us on track with you.
Let's see here. Pulling up right now. Maybe if it loads.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be maybe May 29th through August, if it's probably the end of August, but I just,
Yeah, they're typically every 3 months. Oh, it's pulling up right now. His next one is due August 25th.
all right, so if we schedule this, assuming everyone can do it on September 9th, that would give you almost 2 weeks to circulate that report. Does that work?
Yeah.
All right, is everyone available Tuesday, September 9th at 11?
I'm not, Your Honor. I'm unavailable those first 2 weeks of September for mediation training.
Oh, that's right. I gotta get that again. All right, so the 16th then you should be done?
Yes.
Successfully, I'm sure.
Oh.
I've got Tuesday, September 16th, 9 or 10.
Either time works for me, Your Honor.
I'm available, Your Honor.
I can make that work, Judge.
All right, let's do 10 o'clock then on Tuesday, September 16th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And that will, just because of the age of the case, it'll be a permanency planning hearing as well as review. But the court does find that all interested parties are given notice for purposes of today's hearings and confirms, which is agreed to by our caseworker and our LGAL, that reunification is an appropriate goal. It also seems to be well supported by the information contained in the updates from the residential treatment center where Dylan is working on his own skill building. There were significant gains according to what I'm reading from March to May. So congratulations to Dylan for that. I understand wanting to see your dog more. They're great companions. And I'm glad to see that you're able to maintain those visits at a 5-day stretch. That's great progress. I do want to acknowledge that there are some real challenges associated with the progress that Dylan's made. And I think it's great to see him making that progress, but I agree very much with the professional treatment plan that indicates that we want to see a 3-month stretch of overall successful implementation of Dylan's skill building, such that we're reducing any kind of physical and verbal aggressive incidents significantly. I think that's imperative. Those were many of the reasons that this child was brought into care in the first place. And I'm also very glad to see that his parents are in full compliance with their skill building. And I think that that needs to continue to happen in order to avoid the significant issues that can sometimes happen when this child becomes dysregulated to the point that he's physically aggressive. We've had a number of concussions and some other things that have occurred as a result of both the individuals trying to help Dylan and also his own challenges. And so there's a need to continue skill building on both sides. And I agree and support fully the plan through DART and staff there. So for those reasons, I will continue the jurisdiction of the court and the supervision of the case through the Department of Health and Human Services. The qualified residential treatment for this child is necessary, appropriate, and is meeting his needs. There are no lesser restrictive measures at this time for many of the reasons that the court briefly revisited, but also the information contained in the reports, as well as the confirmation again by our guardian ad litem caseworkers in their support of progress in that context, in that setting. So that is the safest and least restrictive for the child at this time. We will continue pending our next review, which we've already scheduled for Tuesday, the 16th of September at 10 a.m. Time. The court order will also contain the fact that, or all of the findings that are necessary, including that the court is satisfied with all of our counselors and guardian ad litem and case managers. So thank you, everyone. And unless there's any questions, that's all for today. We'll see you September 16th.